Done! Yes!
Так,
So excited.
ну все. 1, 2. Так, чтоб все сразу.
Oh my god, that's so nice! Oh wow! I love how they look, the cakes, wow, they look so amazing, like really amazing. Wow. No, I love it so much. I love it, oh my god. Oh, it's really beautiful. It is really, 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 really beautiful.
You like yourself?
All the details, like really wow. I expect anything but not that. That's so amazing.
Is it more than
Really?
you? Is it more than you expect?
Yes, absolutely. Like I was imagining that it's gonna be how you said, like what those apples, that's details.
It's extra.
That's
Sometimes
so
God
beautiful.
give me things later on while I'm.
That's so
working.
beautiful. That's so beautiful.
I see it.
Like really amazing. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy this one.
Maybe 2 months, guys. Maybe 2 months.
In 2 months, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, stay happy.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that you like this painting, and we're going to talk a little bit about it, and we're going to talk about you who been my inspiration, and this Rubik cubic Rubik, and I want to say a few words about cubic Rubik, which been a great inspiration for many years to many people, and it's a person who called Arne Rubik, and he actually invented this in 1974, and it became famous in 1980. But anyway, this cubic Rubik been a great inspiration, and in one point it's got like I've got here 350 million cubes been sold. Could you imagine the little simple things like that? And now it became inspiration to Ksenia.
For different
And
chefs,
you can
pastry
tell us how it's.
Yeah, well, here that's the cake in the shape of Rubik cube. That was I learned that technique from the French pâtissier, very famous, the best chef in the world, Cedric Grolet, and it's just very modern technique. And now the cakes, like here, like Natasha did the cake in the shape of apple, Rubik, heart, and it can be literally anything that you can imagine, and that's just something really amazing. And the different colors of the Rubik cake, it's like, for me it's like different flavors, different ideas for people, and it's just giving something new, something just amazing, you know, like people never saw cakes like that, never saw desserts like that.
It's a great invention actually, yeah, and now you got it. And now Douglas got this cubic Rubik of his life, the painting called the cubic Rubik of his life, of cubic Rubik of my life, which is from you. Mm-hmm. And you know, the interesting when God gave me this, it's like a bit first like vision of the painting, it's like a flat vision and flat understanding of it, not deep understanding, because I knew that cubic Rubik is Rubik cube. It's an English way to say. Anyway, it's like, to me I said, oh, it's great because it's Ksenia. Ksenia, it was a cubic Rubik cube for you on from very beginning, some kind of puzzle. And the same way, and Douglas, for you. And I would just want you to talk a little bit about this, how it's all happened, Ksenia, in your life, and
like it's not easy to do.
no.
Yeah, well, obviously, you know, I come from a very Christian family, My grandfather was a pastor, and so I'm a grandson of a pastor, and I went to church 5 days a week growing up. So I always had that foundation in my life, and that led me to give my life to God when I was 16. And from there, my parents have taught me that if you want to have a good wife, that you should always pray for your wife. Pray for the qualities that you would want to have in your future spouse. And so I started doing that from my early 20s all the way to when I met Senia. And
you said that your mom was praying.
And my mom was praying much
for
longer.
Good wife for you.
Since I was born, she was praying for a good wife, and so
this is great.
It's been a really fascinating journey.
Yeah. Well, it's very interesting that the way even we met with you, and you came and you said, "Oh, I have this girlfriend and she's Russian," and then a bit later on, when you brought Ksenia and you just wrote to me on the phone, and I received message, "Can you meet Ksenia?"
And what was interesting, that was Easter Sunday, so Ksenia's first time attending church was Easter Sunday a couple years ago now.
2 years ago.
And I had messaged you to tell you that she's here. And so from that moment, all of our lives have been changed thanks to your generosity and love, and I don't know where we would be without you.
Yes, and I came to Jesus, and I started to believe in Jesus and all this because of you. You opened that to me. Of course, Douglas, he did some, of course,
I think it's all together.
All together, but
the prayers of his mom and
also mostly of you, because you helped a lot. You showed me that, because you explained many things in Russian language, which I maybe couldn't get it in English, and you just really opened that door for me to go and have this relationship with Jesus. Yeah, thank you so much.
I remember always that
My
day
spiritual
when we met in Metro Center with you, and we had this in the cafe.
That was you. That was
we
you.
would spend about maybe 3 hours walking around and talking and talking and talking. But you were ready fruit. You were ready to receive. You were open. All I was needed only. I think God prepared you. Yeah. He prepared your heart.
But you already helped.
And you were there, and all I needed is just explain to you a few things. You ask question, and I talk, and there you are. And I'm writing to Douglas. Douglas, your wife is saved and filled with the Holy Spirit. Even prayed that, didn't we? So it was good memories. Yeah, and then your family, your young family, and as we were talking before, you had some difference, outside difference. And how was it? It was hard in a way. And how was it? Would you like to say, or maybe you would like to share with some families and give some advices, whatever is on your heart, you can just.
Yeah, I would just say that when you are building a family, it's similar to like building the world's largest building. In order for that building to stand, you have to focus on the foundation first. And the way the path at how we've gotten married and start to live together and create a family was very unconventional. The world tells you that you have to live together first. We didn't do any of that. We're living apart, long distance between countries, and when we finally lived together, that's when we started to build those foundations. And even though we come from different cultures, regardless, there will be ups and downs, there will be challenges, and I'm actually much appreciative that we have gone through those, because we're just preparing our foundation for a lifelong marriage together.
And there was a point in your life where you almost broke up, because It got so hard on you.
Yeah. And
would you like to talk in some, not just shortly, briefly, maybe touch some of the aspects which been so hard, and maybe it will be helpful for some people who listen to you. And how the main thing is how you came out of it, what helped you to get over these difficulties and just back together, and you are much stronger now. And I remember on the point when we met, and you was like, oh, you lost your job, you had a difficulty on building up your business, and you said feel like a failure. I said, no guys, you are winners. You are winners because you're still together, and you're much stronger than you ever before. So what helped you to become winners in that situation, guys?
One of the things that we've incorporated, there was a pastor that said that couples who pray daily, they never break up, they never divorce. And so one practical change that we've seen in our life is that when we pray every night, that had a profound effect on our marriage and made things much better.
Praying every night has to come like daily habit. Like we just have to do that. It's just something really normal, and we do suggest to all the couples, all the married people, or just people do that on a daily basis. And also when we came to that point that we almost broke up, I said to him, okay, we have what we have, let's just go to church last time together. Let's just go, like tomorrow, Sunday, let's go to church, and that's all I want. Last thing we do together, and then whatever. And so many people prayed for us in Hillsong, and pastor, his wife, and just, I felt that, and I was crying that day, and I felt so much that everyone want this marriage to work. Everyone. And of course Jesus and God, that we are together for a reason. There is nothing happen just because. There's every time that in life there's a reason for things, for people, and that just really helped. This moment in church when I said let's go together last time, and everything changed after that.
It's old saying, I think it's old English saying, that families who pray together stays together. It's what you were saying, Douglas. And I remember when we had a talk with you, when we met separately, first with you and then with Ksenia, and actually when I was praying for you two, and I saw a picture of Jesus, and he standing, and he hold his hands on both of your heads. Remember?
Yes,
and you were both standing on your knees near him. This is picture. And then after that happened some worse situation, and then we had this with Ksenia, we met and we pray, and after that prayer everything turned around. It just turned around in your life, and it just things start happening.
I think I think that the biggest takeaway from all of this is just prayer. Even when things are going so bad, just pray. Classic example, senior pastry chef by trade, her mixer went bad, and you encourage to pray, and the mixer worked again, and there's just been countless examples of prayer that has been so impactful in our life. I had introduced her to a very well-known business mentor, and we didn't even know that he himself was Christian until the end of the business program, and it was at the end of the 12-week program where Senior was just naming miracle after miracle after miracle, all these things that has happened in her business, and he said that he was praying for us, and we had no idea that he was Christian.
God do hear your prayers. Yes. Always, even though maybe he's not responding to your prayers right away, but he will. Just keep praying, keep believing, keep coming to church if you can do that, and just have God in your life. That's very important.
So this triangle where God is on top, and two of you going up and up, as closer you get to God,
closer you get to
as
each other.
closer you get to each other. This triangle is working 100%.
Yes.
So you now, on your experience, you can say this is working in our lives.
Yes.
It's good. Well, anything else you would like to say? Some miracles, some things which has been amazing in your life.
Just you praying for me for so long.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
just
like
praying,
exactly
you know.
what you want.
And you started now your business, your future plans.
Yeah,
You started
absolutely.
your own
Absolutely,
business,
yeah.
and
I must say as well, I mean, even in our lowest moment in our marriage, when I came home and told Sinia that I had lost my job, you know, she was extremely supportive, and you know, whatever was going on in my mind at the time, like, you know, I knew that, like, wow, like Sinia, she, through thick and thin, you know, she's definitely has been there for me, and 6 months from this moment now, I have my own business, and I'm just getting started, and you know, one thing that I can claim back is my freedom and my time, and you know, because of this, I'm spending more time with my wife, and that has also, you know, helped our marriage as well. I don't believe now that you know a husband and a wife should spend so much time apart from each other, because you don't especially when you're just getting started, you don't really build those foundations when you're doing that. And I had my job had caused me to travel a lot, and you know, interesting enough, you know, God had gave me a revelation, you know, 7 months before I lost my job, that he said, Doug, you need to start preparing yourself for you to leave this job. And you know, he kept putting it on my heart, like, you need to start preparing yourself. This was in November of the previous year, and he said, you need to start preparing yourself. And you know, I would listen, and I'd be like, God, okay, I've got time. And then before you know it, end of July the following year, you know, it was a surprise. It didn't even see it coming, and I wasn't prepared. So always listen to, when God gives you a message, always listen, always take action. Don't wait, because you don't know whether he's got bigger plans for you. So.
And that was very interesting, that when he lost his job, and like kind of everything he was doing went a little bit down, I would say, and my business started to grow. And I got offer from another country, I got clients, like just my website, everything started to grow, and I'm like, how is that? Like, everything now growing in my business, and in you it's like kind of, we keep praying together, and things getting better and better with God. Always, for sure.
That's very good. So thank God
for
everything.
Yes.
And thank you so much for that amazing painting. It's just like, I expected anything, but that's absolutely amazing. I'm in love with this. And all this reflection on the table, and the
light blue, the blue that you like as well. I mean, it's amazing.
It's so amazing.
Thank you.
And
you
this,
so much.
as you said, you just can say about this cake how you did it.
Even now. White and black.
Yeah, white and black, like, it's just.
Well, thank you
so
so much.
beautiful.
Thank you for coming and sharing your stories with people, and I think everybody would enjoy. And we just pray that your story will be helpful to people, and they would learn, and they would know that God is the answer for everything. And also I want to mention that it was not just that you pray together, you both was in the Word. Ksenia is the one who is just enjoying to listen videos, and she learned that, and it was an answer as well. So some advices you get every day, because while you're working, baking your cakes, she's actually listening to videos and listening the Word, and Douglas loves to encourage himself in the Word as well. So this is very important for young family. So the happiness need to be guarded and better together. It's a PS. Wait. And this is for Ksenia. Now, this is the person who really deserves to wear this. Thanks you so much. You're amazing.
Thank you.
The biggest takeaway from all of this is just prayer. Even when, you know, things are going so bad, you know, just pray.
God do hear your prayers.
Yes.
Always. Even though maybe He's not responding to your prayers right away, but He will. Just keep praying, keep believing, keep coming to church if you can do that.